Hello everyone. I would like to show you some of the video we took during our trip to Puebla, Mexico from on March the 30th of 2016 until April the 4th of 2016. We took our Easter vacation while the kids were off from school to Puebla, Mexico. And this first video shows me up on top of the Amparo Museum of History in downtown Puebla. And you can see there the snow-covered sleeping lady there to the right of the screen, and one of the famous churches in downtown Puebla. There's the sleeping lady volcano with the snow on it, and it has not erupted in quite some time. I was trying to find the Popo volcano. As you see, I was panning all around there, and I don't believe I got it on that video, but I got it on another video because it was erupting and spitting smoke that day. Okay, here we are on the teleferica, our cable car above the city of Puebla, and I was panning the camera everywhere looking for volcanoes, because here in the Ring of Fire there are volcanoes all around there, several volcanoes, and you could see some in the distance through the window of the cable car. The cable car window made a glare on the picture. Wish I could have gotten the picture without the window there through the clear sky. But when you pan the camera toward Popo volcano, right there you see it. It is no, that's not it. That's two other volcanoes. They're not erupting. Popo is erupting right now while I was recording this, and you could see the steam and ash coming from it when I finally got the camera focused on it. And I was panning everywhere trying to get it, getting pictures of all around the city of Puebla. There it is right there. You can see Popo, see the steam coming from the mountain. Okay. You could get a really panoramic view of the city. However, little Brianna was not at all happy with that. She was all too overjoyed when the ride ended and we got off of that thing. Okay, here we are riding in the taxi cab to the zoo, and while we were riding I was trying to get some pictures of the volcanoes. There's the sleeping lady. Just before that had been Popo, the currently erupting volcano, and that was a glance of Popo. There's Popo. It's hard to get it when you're in a moving vehicle because the roads are rough and you're just bouncing all over the place. They're flying, and it's very difficult to get a good picture. Okay, here we are at the zoo, the Africam Safari Zoo. Some people drive their family cars through there, but it would be very dangerous because if an animal decides to jump on your car or crash through it, it could be quite a bit of damage, and they could also injure, the animals could injure you. So we rented a big bus tour, safari, through the zoo. We got to see all of the animals up close. It was hot on that bus because they made us close the windows and they didn't have any air conditioning on it. They said it was dangerous to keep the windows open because the lions and bears and things could get in there and hurt you. but we got to see the animals up close, and we really enjoyed that. Uh, there were times when that bus was kind of like moving fast and bouncing me all around, and it was uh, difficult to get a good picture a lot of times because there was so much dust there. It was dry and dusty, and the windows were hard to see through, and a lot of times I was afraid that the pictures would really be bad. But I opened the windows and stood up and got some pictures that are real clear until they saw me standing up and told me to close the window. I believe those windows were open right then, I think. Right here. It was real clear here. And the bus had stopped right there, and the tour guide was giving a narration of what was going on, and she was standing up there at the front with a microphone, and since I'm so poor on Spanish, I didn't understand a whole lot of that. And it was hot. There's little Brianna sitting there looking back at me. She really enjoyed the bus ride. And it was a wide open space, a lot of acreage there. Animals lived in their own natural habitat. I think they did a real good job, and the fact that the bus went right through there and you got to see them so close. It appeared that the zoo was very well kept, and it appeared that the animals were well taken care of. I was kind of impressed. One of the better zoos I've visited in my life. I only wish they'd had a English narration so I'd understand more of what I was seeing, but I guess I need to learn Spanish. That's my fault. Well, you can see the dust on the windows there. I'm wondering if I need to take my camera in and have it cleaned after that, being exposed to all that dust. Man, we left there for 2 or 3 days. I was trying to blow dust out of my nose. Very dry there. There's a rhinoceros. I first thought that thing was artificial or dead, and then I saw its eyes twitching, so I guess it was alive. Got a good picture of that zebra there. I like zebras. And I like them elephants. Elephants were really majestic animals. I guess they could do a number on that bus if they decided to. They could come up there and probably, if they worked together, flip that thing over. But they didn't seem to pay much attention to us as we drove through there. Yes, it's just such a common thing. But this is the winter here, and it's not, the rainy season hasn't gotten here yet. So when the rainy season comes, now that place will turn green and be beautiful. But it's real dry right now. But it looks like it's a nice habitat for the animals. They seem to be enjoying themselves. I like that lion. It took me a while to find him because the camera I could see there was something over there, but it took me a while to get the camera focused on it. He was sitting there just looking at me. Now there's the Amazonian forest, where they had all kinds of tropical birds. Okay, after we got back from the zoo, everybody was exhausted. Everybody wanted to, it was dark by the time we got back to the hotel, and everybody wanted just to go to bed or go home and take a shower and go to bed. They were tired. But me and Ryan decided we'd go out, see what was going on. And we went out and we brought some food back to the family in the hotel room, and me and Ryan then went back out and went to the plaza, listened to some live music, and watched, we sat down and we ate at a outdoor restaurant there on the plaza. And so it was quite enjoyable. And well, this guy with a guitar there, he wasn't bad. He's a pretty good musician. And they had people all up and down there, different musicians at different restaurants. And it's a noisy place, a lively place. But we really enjoyed that night.
Ay, perdón. No, está bien. No me di cuenta, perdón.
Despierta el corazón en la mañana, puedo ver salir el sol en su mirada, todo puede suceder cuando se ama. El amor sabe mejor sobre su cama, pero se te aparece cuando se marcha y cuelgas los ojos de la ventana. Vives de apocalipsis y soy de tenerte de cara, y se te acaba el cuento de alas, y se te mueve el piso, el cielo y no sabes cómo
So here we are sitting in the beautiful city of Puebla, and we are eating a fabulous dinner right on the plaza right now. I'm sitting here eating a chicken with mole and rice, and my dad is eating enchiladas suizas. Here they are. And we're sitting here listening to live music live.
Well, the next day, little Brianna started running a fever, and we had to take her to the doctor and pharmacy, and they said she had strep throat and gave her 3 shots, had to take 3 shots. So while Brianna was waiting on the doctor, I took these pictures of the downtown area, and poor little thing, I could hear her screaming in there. She did not like that shot. That doctor just jabbed it in there. Well, the next day we got a cab and went to Cholula, where this is one of the oldest towns in the world and the largest pyramid complex in the world. And okay, I'm looking at the volcanoes. It's spewing ash pyramid right now. That's close as I can get to it. My wife won't let me get any closer. She's afraid I might fall in the rim. There, they thought that it was just a big hill because the pyramid was buried. It was a huge hill. They built a church on top of the hill, but it was really they built the church on top of the pyramid, and excavations and everything down below have now proven that it was in fact a large pyramid complex, and people have lived in this city since before Christ. They say it's probably one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, right here in Cholula, Mexico. Beautiful place. Okay, we got back from Cholula late, and of course everybody was tired again, so Donna wanted to go to the hotel with the baby. Baby wasn't feeling well, and so the baby and Logan went back to the hotel. Logan wanted to play his video games, and so Ryan and I decided to go out on the town again and check things out, see what was going on. And we had a good time again, ate out again, took food to Donna and the family again. And I just think the plaza there at night with all the lights and all the people and all the festive music, it's just a fun place to be. It's a college town. Some of the largest universities in Mexico are right here in this city. It's a university town. Have a medical school, a law school, and everything. Most of the people are young college students, so it's a fun place to be. Wish I were young again. I might just stay there and I would learn Spanish, I'm sure. On our final day, we decided to go to the Teotihuacan pyramid complex. Now, this pyramid was built so long ago that when the Aztecs came, they said that this city is so magnificent that no man could have built it. So they said the gods must have built it. So they named it the City of the Gods, and that's what that means in their language, the City of the Gods. And these pyramids are as large in mass as the Great Pyramid in Egypt. And they say that they're the mathematical equations used in building their base and everything's the same formula that was used in the pyramids of Egypt, the golden mean or something or other. I don't quite understand all that stuff. It's something to do with pi and advanced mathematics, and I never was all that great in mathematics, so I didn't understand what they were talking about there. But they're very huge. It's a very huge complex, and I was very impressed by how large it was. It had the large avenues. Right there is Temple of the Moon Pyramid, and down one straight avenue, there's Logan, and Logan enjoyed it, but I think he was tired and hot that day. We were all hot. It was a hot day. But those large roads had cafes, restaurants, stores, vendors, buildings built on both sides of the roads. And the archaeologists have excavated the ruins of the wooden buildings that were on each side of the road there. And it was a huge town for that day. It had drainage systems. It had indoor plumbing. I mean, the Indians were very advanced. Now that right there is the home of the high priest who ruled the city. It was a theocracy. And those platforms before the pyramids is where the priest would get up on those platforms and he would perform religious functions. And they did do human sacrifice. And the Aztecs came after them and were pretty much the same culture of people. But these ruins have never been torn down. What you see is what it was thousands of years ago before Christ. But they do believe that those rock pyramids had they had stucco on the outside, white stucco, and they painted it in red earthen colors. And that stucco and their stuff is worn off, but the stone is still there. And there's some places where you can see the paintings, the red paintings, you can still see them there. That's the pyramid of the moon that we're looking at right there. And that is a huge pyramid, but it's not as big as the pyramid of the sun. The pyramid of the sun is much larger. And yeah, you can see how that straight boulevard there, how long it is. And like I said, the vendors and the cafes and businesses were on each side of the road. They've excavated the ruins, the wooden foundations of the buildings and stuff. And it's an ongoing archaeological site. They're continuing to do archaeological excavations and finding new things every day. Very fascinating place. And the pyramid down at the end is the pyramid of the moon. That's the pyramid of the sun right there that you're looking at now. That's the bigger one. So I may have told you wrong a minute ago, but that is the bigger one there. So I don't know a whole lot, but if you'll go online, you can find a lot of information about those pyramids. They're very famous. World over. They said that people from all over the world lived there when the Indians lived there. They had people from all over the known world, all kinds of cultures. They had neighborhoods for each culture. Fascinating. Okay, this is our, we were leaving Puebla. We were on the bus at this time. As we were on the bus, I thought I would try to take a few more pictures of the pyramid, but it was difficult. Hope you enjoyed watching.